everyone. Welcome to the SERA ECR podcast. I'm the host, Hermione, and today I'm with my fellow PGR in University of Stirling, Steph. Hi, Steph. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, how are you? I'm Steph Thomson. I'm a doctorate education student at Stirling. I'm on
Mhm.
the research aspect of my course, as it were. So very sort of early research. My ethics have just come through, so
Mhm.
just ready to actually start the field work very soon after the summer holidays. Um,
Exciting.
I know. But obviously, I'm also still a primary school teacher. I still work. Although part time, it's nearly full time. So it's like juggling both sort of hats at the same time. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So, mm,
sorry, no, I was just saying. Sometimes it's like get my head around whether I'm marking or I'm writing. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. This year, are you still teaching in University of Stirling, or just the primary teacher and the AD you doing?
This year I've just been a primary teacher, although I've been obviously doing marking and that sort of thing, but I've not been doing tutorials this year. I
Yeah.
decided to take a year out to focus on doing my actual own writing just purely for time scale and such like.
That's good. So I think we knew each other because of Mark, our supervisor. So we have Mark as a common supervisor. So would you like to tell us a little bit about your research, which
Yeah,
is on?
yeah, similar to yourself, although obviously I'm looking at curriculum making and agency. The difference is because I'm in the primary sector, my
Hmm.
focus is on primary school teachers, perceptions of, you know, how much autonomy, how much risk taking that they can make, how creative they can be under curriculum for excellence. So it's
Hmm.
based in Scotland. Um, but what happens in reality, because I'm looking at the barriers that sort of get in the road, if you like. So I'm looking at the
Hmm.
structural, economic, cultural, and individual barriers. So that is about to start after the summer. So
That's so cool. I'm going
mm,
to ask you a question, which is well, kind of like the a lot of podcasts people I'll say a lot of people have chosen this question, and I think it's kind of fun. It's called, what fruit or vegetable would you use to describe your research on teacher agency and curriculum making?
um, I think at this current moment, with the amount of I'm doing so much reading and just trying to get the writing down, and I keep redrafting and redrafting. I think it'd be something like a turnip, I think. But I'm feeling
Turnip.
a bit like a turnip. Yeah, hard to get through. Constantly. I'm needing to sharpen my knife, I think. Um, and I think I'm getting there, and then I'm stuck again.
Mm,
But then there's other times where, it'd be something, I don't know, nice and sweet or something. Yeah,
that's
nice.
nice. It just takes time for turnip to taste nice. In the beginning it's quite difficult, but get
Yeah,
there.
but I think you just got to accept that there's times when it's easier
Hmm.
and than other times, and and also, you know, you've got life to navigate as well. So that's,
Yeah,
you've got to be realistic. So
true, true. So Mm, can I ask you a little bit more about like why you want to do this? I think you're doing a D, right? Why you want to do this?
I think, I mean, obviously, as you can tell, I'm not that young. I'm sort of near the retirement age and it's starting, but I think I've always been really nosy. I've always
Mm,
been really inquisitive and want to know why.
yeah.
Even since I was very young. And so after, doing my degree, my teaching qualification,
Mhm.
then I had the opportunity to do a sort of professional inquiry thing through Edinburgh University. And I'd been teaching about 4 years at that point, and I really enjoyed it. And then the opportunity came to do my MSc, so I did that, and I just kind of finished that, and I thought, and I, finished my final piece, my dissertation piece, as it were, on the Friday, and by the It's like, I'm never doing this again. It's too much work. Oh my goodness, never do this again. That was on the Friday. Woke up on the Saturday morning and thought, right, I need to do. Oh no, I don't. It's finished. It's gone. I've submitted it. And by the Tuesday, I signed up to the doctorate. So I think it's just I'm just I think a lifelong student. I am lifelong learning. I think by nature. But I really, a lot of people I know want to do these things for career reasons and whatnot. I really just want to do it for my own satisfaction. It's more intrinsic motivation than extrinsic motivation. So, but I enjoy it. I'll enjoy it. And as you'll know, the conversations we've had, sometimes the buzz I get from just discussing certain things that other people might think, why are you getting excited about that? But that's just me, I'm afraid.
That's good. That's very good. So we're also doing this podcast, the ECR podcast, to tell your stories, and also we want it to be heard by more people in SERA, because Scottish Education Research Association is having its 50th anniversary. So I would like to ask, how did you know SERA?
I mean, obviously, you become aware of different organisations and you meet people. I mean, that's one of the things about being a part-time student. You don't meet people quite as probably readily as you would if you were full-time and on campus all the time. And as you know, I was fortunate enough to get in contact with yourself and obviously you know about your involvement. And I was lucky to get introduced to people at this year's conference, and it was at QMU through yourself, and you know, and obviously we've got there's a network, the sort of group that's
SERA
up and
ECR
running.
network group, yes.
Yeah, and obviously it keeps up to breath with that and what other people are doing and their research, and it's quite motivational as well, because sometimes you do think, oh, I'm on my own, and it's quite nice just to have that thing saying, oh, somebody else is out there feeling what I'm feeling at the moment, you know, this, the brick wall scenario. So but no, it's a really good, it's a good setup for meeting people and just exchanging ideas. And you know, like there's like the reading group, for instance.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I've not managed to make as many as I would love to have do, but they're so good, and it makes that time where you can actually just. I've got a good excuse to go. You know, I'm not doing ironing, I'm not doing whatever. That's my time, and so you know, it's in that respect. And again, it's a good chance to meet other people, you know, and share ideas and
yeah. So if you can get more engaged with SERA, and what would you like to see? What can SERA ECR network, what can SERA do to help you to stay more connected with the community from your perspective?
I mean, obviously work is a major commitment. So I think you know, there is a lot of things that are going on that are out with the kind of school day, if you like. And there's certain things that are like the reading group is at night, and things happening at the weekends and things like that. So there is, you know, it is trying to be inclusive. I think probably a lot of time it's my own doing. Like I need to get myself on a train to Glasgow to go and see things, and I think sometimes though you just get so bogged down with you know, being tired with work and things like that. But
I think so.
But no, I think just lots of opportunities just to meet, you know, people and you know, especially when it's. If you're talking to people, one thing I really enjoyed is when I'm speaking to someone and they're doing the research that's got nothing at all to what I'm looking at. And actually, you know, you think, oh, I never even thought about that. That's so interesting. And then it makes you think about something else that ends up linking to what you're doing. It's you know, we're all kind of joined up. So I think just keep being as inclusive, you know, the inclusivity that's there. You know, just continue.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed that. What I have always tried to do, like I know you and know other part-time AD students and other people who doing full-time, but they're also having part-time jobs to keep it going. So knowing all these diversities, the lived experience of this, I always try to see like the traditional way of having it in person and having it at the weekday hours does not seem to work. And it's
No.
the absence of people who could not make it. It's not because they could not make it, it's because you didn't think about how can we attend to their kind of like accommodate more of their needs and more of the possibility. And also for the people who don't usually come to campus for different reasons, how can we involve them? That's why this idea of this video podcasting, I want it to uprise. And I think it would be one way for people to find their convenient time to see, oh, what have they been doing? It's just have something going on to remind you there is an academic community going on and why we have the WhatsApp group, and see if people want to have some informal meetup or even have the writing retreat. And I highly recommend the writing retreat, which is quite good. There's even one going on, I think, by AD students on Saturday, started by some AD student in University of Stirling. So all of these things you will know about information if in the SERA ECR network, because we provide this kind of like cross-institutional support for our peers.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's the one thing is good as well is the fact it's across universities. It's not, you're meeting people not just purely like obviously we're from like Stirling, but right across. I mean, that was the one thing. It was so nice meeting people from a lot of people from Glasgow University, and and just sharing sort of access to resources and things. I know it sounds really silly, but it all really works really, really well. I really welcome it.
I'm glad you like it. And so thank you so much for your time. And is there anything else you want to say about the ECR journey that you have been going through, or the stories that you want more people to know about you as an early career researcher?
I mean, certainly I know in the next SERA conference in Dundee, one of the things I'm involved with is the sort of fellow associate of the sort of curriculum making centre at Stirling.
Stirling Centre Research into Curriculum Making.
That's it. I can never get my initials the right way around. I should really. And they're obviously, but we've got a sort of group going to sort of speak at that about what the aim of the group is going to be, because one of the things we're looking to do is to kind of help teachers do their sort of own inquiries and navigate big questions that are they're faced with, but not giving them that a bit encouragement and helping them and that sort of thing, rather than stand up saying this is what you should do, this is what you should do. So it's sort of in a kind of funny way expanding the network, and hopefully with a bit of luck then obviously it might well be that you'll have other like practitioners sort of becoming more involved in organisations like SERA that and having that link between the practice and the theory, and which I think is never a bad thing.
And I really appreciate that, because Mark has been quite active in promoting this kind of like the center to making more people know about it, and same as all the people involved in the center, like you been talking about it. I also hope that maybe it's possible, like in the upcoming years, months, kind of in the future, that SERA ECR network would have some collaboration with associate fellows like you to kind of to see what could be possible for the research center to also have a hub for early career researchers to connect, especially like you said, although it's a Stirling based, it's a center based in Stirling, can we attract people around Scotland or even beyond to come here to talk about early career researchers who are also curriculum making researchers, to have this kind of like a symposium thing? That would be something I really hope we could see.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think that is that's a way forward. I think very often we're trying to sort of fix a jigsaw. We only have a few pieces, whereas if we're all together with more pieces, we're going to get a bigger picture, and definitely more likely to see like sustainable change and you know, and bottom up rather than the sort of top down policy approach. No, I totally agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. I'll see you in Stirling, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully soon. I'm hoping to get up on Monday, so fingers crossed. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming here.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.